Hello. Welcome to FC Mobile Live, everybody. It is great to be back. Good to see everybody in chat. How are we doing? Let's go. Yeah, I'm seeing Vamos. Good to see you guys. On the show here, Antoine, as always. Tack is on his well-deserved break at the moment, so it's going to be myself today on the show, but it is great to see you guys. How is everybody doing? How are we feeling right now? It's the 19th or the 20th of March for some of you. Kind of into the midst of spring right now, which is great. But would love to know where everybody is tuning in from around the world. This is like my favorite part, is to see all the different countries and regions. Drop in the chat, where are you tuning in from today? I'm based in Vancouver, Canada, which is kind of a connection a bit to our event we have today with the MLS and the Vancouver team there, but we'll have more info there. I'm seeing in the chat, it is great to see India, Bangladesh, South Africa. We're seeing some Mexico, Ghana, nice, Nigeria. Love to see some folks there. Seeing Ontario, Canada, very cool. Turkey, shout out to Turkey, Qatar, nice. Brazil, good to see everybody in here. Denmark, we've got a lot of folks in chat today. It's great to see you guys all. I just want to know so far, how is everybody feeling about Heroes, about the current content growing out? I know there's some interesting Heroes players, but I know some of the feedback is kind of being, it's being heard about Heroes. So like definitely understand that. Would love to know actually another one is, where is everybody's team OVR at the moment? I've been kind of like at that 97 OVR range for a while. Looking to upgrade a bit more over the next few weeks. But would love to know what you guys are at. I'm seeing a 98 already in chat. Very nice. 96, 95. Do we have anybody who's at one? Oh, I see a 102. Okay, that's pretty good. 101. Yeah, I think like high 90s if you've been really like engaged and going at it. 101, very nice. Yeah, I think like kind of that 95 to 100 range is where we're seeing a lot of people. I'm seeing a 145. I don't know, maybe last year, 2 years ago. But yeah, high 90s. Good. So yeah, that's kind of where we're kind of at right now, is in kind of those 90s, trying to upgrade some of the OVRs. We'll have some interesting players to showcase later in the show that I think could help with that, at least on like the Heroes and maybe some of the MLS players as well. But before we get into all of that, chat, just want to give a little bit of an update. We're still getting some more details on potential like training transfer. I know we've been seeing that a lot in the community. So we're trying to get some more details ready to share with you guys at some point. Nothing right now concrete to share, but just know that we've been talking about it. Community is definitely being heard on that. So I'm interested in the next coming weeks or potentially month to share some more details about what that might look like, how that might affect training transfer in general. So as well, another thing to look forward to, I'm very excited, is our April 2nd show on Twitch and YouTube. So 2 weeks from now, we'll have information about a gameplay update coming to FC Mobile. So very excited about that. Been chatting and working a lot with Timo, the gameplay producer on the team, to put together a really fun video, as well as like a deep dive to explain the different updates coming to gameplay. So we're looking at some things. We're improving some passing, more reliable passing. Very excited about that one, as well as some improved dribbling and just general like pace and feel of players on the ball. So we'll have more details about what exactly that means. But just hearing from Timo and seeing some videos and working on the deep dives, I'm pretty excited, as well as some quality of life changes. I won't get into details, but it's things that the community's been talking about for a while in gameplay. So we're hoping this can kind of make it a much more enjoyable head-to-head versus attack and just general match experience. So I'm seeing some dubs in the chat. I think when we get to that show in 2 weeks, hopefully we'll be seeing a lot of dubs in the chat there. And then finally, for that April 2nd show, we'll have kind of a new head-to-head spectator feature where you're able to watch people play head-to-head modes, which is very exciting. I won't get into more details on that. We'll save it for that show. But it'll be kind of a cool way to see people play some matches in real time. So that is our April 2nd show. Don't want to get too ahead of ourselves here because we do have a lot of great content to go into for today. And then first off, I just want to go right into our first player banner. This is for Ramadan Festival. We've got the banner ready for you. Let's pull it up on screen. Here is our first banner. We've got a lot of banners for today, but Ramadan Festival with a 95 Çalhanoğlu, we got a 94 Konate, the 93 Adingra, and then a Dzeko, Ayew, Musa, Koulibaly, and then the 88 Diallo. Wanted to shout out. I know that a lot of people might have been excited for him. It's an 88, so I don't know if he's going to be making it into a lot of your teams, but I think for sentimental value from this past weekend, it could be fun to have in there. And then a few Super League players as well from the Turkey League, which is cool to see. I know like Çalhanoğlu, the 95, we'll check out his stats, but I know that Konate, though, has been requested for a while, so good to see him in there. But yeah, this is kind of the first look at Ramadan. Obviously not the highest OVRs, and I know the event hasn't been the most engaging, but there's some class players in there, like that 93 Adingra as well. So we've got this one as our first player banner, but I want to get into our second one as well, our second reveal here, which is going to be week 4 of Heroes. These are some top players here that I think you guys will be excited about. 97 Papin, and then the 96 Okocha, and then everybody's favorite 95 Mascherano. It'll be fun actually seeing fully like 95 versions of Mascherano or higher, and then using a Mascherano into that 95. So technically you could get a 100 OVR Mascherano. Then we also have the Campos, which is a fun item there as the 94 goalie. And then we have Freddie Ljungberg and then Sidney Govou, followed by the Berbatov, who is going to be the UEFA Champions League hero, and we'll be able to see his chapter in a bit. So this is kind of our first look at heroes. What do we think, chat? Are we interested in that 97 or that 96 Okocha? I mean, personally, I've been using the UCL Okocha for a while, and I do feel like he's pretty smooth on the ball, but I'd be interested to see what you guys think about that 96. What do we think in chat? Some interesting items, right? Some of these heroes. So, I mean, I think it'll be interesting to go check out their stats. We'll have some more on that. But yeah, I'm seeing some people saying it looks interesting. Who are some other folks we're seeing? Okay, Okocha, nice. Mascherano, yeah. It's gonna be good to actually have like a fully ranked up Mascherano with Mascheranos. So those were heroes. We went through a couple player banners already. Let's bring up the MLS player banner here we have, which is for Team 1. So here we go, chat. Team 1 of MLS Kickoff. If you guessed it right, it was Messi, Herrera, Berkey, and the 96 cam is Messi. So he is the top OVR for the MLS players, but at cam, which is a bit of a different position from his usual right wing or his base CF, obviously. Suarez is coming in a future week. So this is week 1. It's not even a surprise at this point. Suarez will be in the event. He's just not in week 1 at this point. So I know a lot of people have been asking for him. He will be there, so hang tight. Yes, it's all good. But some other guys to look out for here that we haven't seen in a while was Benteke, 95. We also have Ricky Puig. We see Insigne there at the 94. We have Jordi Alba at 94. And then some familiar faces that we've seen, and it's been a minute, like Timo Pukki. We also have Luis Muriel. There's Laramendi. So just kind of some interesting players here, chat. We'll check out the MLS event in just a bit. But I think that Messi stands out, that Benteke, even just like the Berkey, the 95 Berkey, I think will be a solid goalie. And then the Insigne has some good pace and agility. And then we'll check out also that Jordi Alba and some of the other guys. Lloris, yeah. So the way this MLS event's gonna shape up is like every MLS team is getting about 5 players each. So you'll see the Suarez, you'll see the Lloris, you'll see a lot of like the top players for each MLS team. So it's a bit of like you'll see them in either team 2 or team 3, which will be fun. So if you're asking about Suarez, yes, Suarez is coming. Don't worry about that. And as we finalize our last of the banners, we've got MLS icon/heroes for week 1. And here are the top ones to showcase. Every hero and icon in the MLS event has been connected to an MLS team in some shape or form. But right away, we've got the Stoichkov, we have the Matthäus, we have the Nesta, and then the Donovan. So we'll get into the event in just a bit. But that 95 Nesta should be interesting. He's in the past. We'll take a look at it. So the design does look nice. Like these MLS kickoff player items, very good looking, I will say. Especially when you get the icon/hero look here. And then that Stoichkov, that 97. What are you thinking, chat? And then obviously the 97 Matthäus there. Matthäus. I was always getting the pronunciation wrong. Tak and I were like going back and forth on this, and we needed Jason to come in and be like, this is how you say it. It's always kind of a bit of a tough one here. I'm good with the French ones. I can do that one pretty good, like Papin, but Matthäus. But yeah, as for other icons and heroes that you associate with the MLS, they will be coming in future weeks. There's a lot of good-looking icons and heroes, because think about it. Who are all the icons and heroes who have played in the MLS? It's a long list. So if you're not seeing guys that you expected in week 1, they're going to be there in future weeks. So I already see people in chat talking about Beckham, for example. Like he'll be in this event, guys. It's pretty easy to predict. Whether or not the OVR will be what you expect it to be is another thing. But there's different versions, obviously, of the icons, and it'll be kind of fleshed out there. So those were all 4 of our player banners to go through today. A lot of interesting player items there. I'm going to get the build, though, ready, chat. While I'm doing that, I want to know, what do we think so far? Out of those 4 banners, which one are you most excited for? Is it the Heroes? Is it Ramadan? Is it MLS Team 1? Or is it MLS Icon/Heroes? Which one looked the most interesting? And I'll just get the build here set up for you all. MLS icons, yeah, I think that 97, the 2 97s there. Those ones are looking pretty interesting, right? Seeing some people mention MLS Team 1. I think that Messi looks very interesting. So we have the build ready here. We'll see if we can pull it up on screen if you guys see it. And you can see the new art here with Lloris, Messi, Herrera, and Insigne. And then the MLS kickoff banner. I'm seeing a lot of people dropping in like names of icons who have played in the MLS. Very good chance you'll see those if they have played at some point in the MLS. So we'll open up the event here and then take a look here at Major League Soccer. So right away when you come in, you'll be greeted by the standard matches that you'll be playing, as well as some skill games. These are refreshing daily, and then you come in, also there's an ad here, and what you'll be getting for completing these are just the MLS tokens. So very standard in terms of your main grind here, and then the pass points that will go towards the pass. So when you're going to be playing through these, the whole point is to complete those matches and skill games, and then you get progress along the reward path for collecting those MLS tokens. So there's also here is you can use your MLS tokens on this base pack here, which gets you some fodder players, but all the way up to 97, but most likely the 100k coins is what's interesting with a few fodder players. So you use those, and then when you use them, you get milestone progress. So we start here with a 90 OVR striker, Ebovisi, all the way to a Dudek. And then we get a logo here for the MLS supporter shield. And then there's different players that are untradeable. There's also the Mascherano here after 140 MLS tokens. There's also then the Mega Pack at the end. This Insigne, obviously, as an untradeable left wing is kind of interesting. We'll take a look at the stats in a bit. So you're just going to be using those tokens on this base pack here. And then every time you use it, you just get more progress along the milestone path. So pretty straightforward here. And then, as mentioned, those skill games and matches give you pass progress, and we'll just go take a look at the pass first. And then this is where the 95 Nesta is going to be. And we'll just check out the pass here. There's that Davies from the previous pass as well on the premium side, but otherwise pretty standard things that you'll be noticing. Probably just want to mention that some of these are still work in progress, so there may be some slight changes, but obviously the player stays the same. But a 95 center back will be interesting, and also you get that Davies as well in there. So this is the first chapter here. Next, we'll move into MLS playoffs. So this is the second chapter, which is where you replay last year's MLS playoffs all the way to the MLS Cup. So you can tap here into each of the teams from the bracket, and you'll be playing these matches. And then to complete them, once you win, you go to the finals, and you do these on each side. Don't look at the rewards here. That's not what's interesting. It's more just completing the matches, because here you'll be getting different rewards once you win the MLS Cup, which is you win the 6 matches on either side, as well as acquiring 5 of these base packs, and then the 3 matches in the era chapter, which we'll check out in a little bit. But once you do that, there's going to be some milestones that will be interesting. So the Mascherano here, you complete the 3 quests. Then you also have the choice of a 90 to 97, which is tradable here, or the 92 to 97, which is untradeable. So some choices here. I assume a lot of you will go for that 91, but there's always kind of the interesting part of taking a shot at this 90 to 97 tradable, right? So I'm curious, chat, looking at this right away, what are we taking? Are we taking the 91 Mascherano, or are we testing out this 90 to 97? Or are you just saying, you know what, I want that 92 plus. I don't care if it's untradeable. What are we thinking, chat? Okay, I'm seeing a bit of mixed results here. I'm seeing obviously a lot of people with Mascherano, but you know, this 90 to 97, because look, if you do get some of these 94 pluses, 95 pluses, maybe it's interesting. But yeah, I think a lot of you will be going for the Mascherano, right? Yeah, that's fair. And then obviously through here is just the Ultra Pack here, some gems, a Dudek. So as mentioned on that last milestone was the era chapter. We'll check this out. It's pretty much a review of like the iconic moments of the MLS, which is these different eras. So you kind of look at Donovan here in like the founding era of the MLS, which was when it started in the 90s into the early 2000s. And then you play these matches here. Again, coins aren't really what you're looking at. It's more just you get some 90 or 91, your choice, which is an untradeable. Something to use in exchanges or just in general if you really like a certain player. And then we go into the Resurgence era, which is the same thing with different players like Beckham, Henry, Keane, Nesta, Dempsey. And then from there you have your choice of the Beckham or the Henry. And then finally we get into the growing area here, which is where you see Kaká, you see Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Drogba, Pirlo, Rooney, and then you finish all those matches, and then you can choose between 90 Kaká or a 90 to 95 base icon. These all unlock weekly, so The first ones here are unlockable right at the start, and then from here in the Resurgence era, they'll unlock in week 2, and then in the growing era here, it'll unlock in week 3. So I don't think anybody's going to be like using any of these 90s in their starting lineup unless you're really excited about maybe like a 91 Henry, if you really want that and you're not using that 95 Henry. But for the most part, these are just to complete, to have some extra icons. And then who knows, in this 90 to 95, maybe you get the 95 Pele, but it's just kind of an extra chapter to get your milestone here in the MLS playoffs. So right down here, play 3 of the matches in the era chapter just to complete these 3. So that's what we're looking at for this event. Is very like PvE match focused. You're just going to be checking out the matches. I don't assume these are going to be too tricky, but we'll check some out later in the show with like a full lineup. Just looking at the OVRs, they're pretty easy for the most part. And some of them actually might be auto-playable because you're already in the lead. And if you've got a decent OVR, should be pretty simple. And then same in the era ones, just looking that you'll be able to like, yeah, you're just down 1-0, you're down 2-1. I don't assume anyone's really going to have a lot of trouble with these. But it's still something you got to complete. So from there, we'll take a look at the exchanges as well. There's just a couple exchanges. There's this daily upgrade exchange. We're going to use some tokens in there. And then another one for untradeable 85+. We won't check out the requirements, but they're there. Plus, there are some heroes exchanges that we've been used to seeing for a while. Nothing crazy there. And then we had the Star Pass as well. And then once we're out of MLS here, oh, actually, I just forgot, in MLS, there's also some quests, which we'll take a look real quick. So these are all pretty standard quests, 100 goals in any mode, 80 goals for assists, 80 tackles, and then 20 first attack head-to-head or manager mode matches. Pretty standard stuff, but then completing the daily upgrade exchange 10 times does get you an ultra pack. The MLS upgrade exchange 10 times gets you an ultra pack. So there's some extra quests here for ultra packs, which is slightly different if you want to go do these exchanges. So a bit more incentive, right? You get 2, 3, 4, 5 ultra packs from these quests, and then you finish all of that and you do get a mega pack there. And then there's also the 1,000 pass points on top. So kind of an interesting little addition here with the exchange quests, which will be worth doing just probably for these packs and really for the rewards here. And then in terms of heroes, we're looking at the same stuff. No massive changes here. But let's take a look at Heroes 4th chapter, which is called Flash Freeze. And this one is with Dimitar Berbatov, the Bulgarian, with one of the best first touches of all time. I love watching Berbatov highlight reels where you just see him kind of strolling around and then the ball comes at him and he just kind of like sticks his foot out. Beautiful first touch. So we'll take a look at his item in a bit, but this is like the Flash Freeze chapter with Frozen Magic. You take some Flash Freeze tokens, skill games, ads here. We got the PvE match, skill games, and then complete all that from some extra tokens. And then from there, you're going to use those on the reward path. Pretty standard stuff, chat, where you go all the way through, you complete it for just the different rewards. No real shock here. And then you get the choice. I assume most people are going to be taking this Mascherano, unless you really like this 93 Berbatov. And then you can see our 5th hero, the Arctic Soldier, which is not much of a surprise, but you can see the outline there in next week. So I'm just going to quickly go in and check out Berbatov's stats as a 93. I know some people were interested in that Ramirez. I don't know about this Berbatov, chat. Do you think you'll be using him if he's, I guess if he's sentimental value, perhaps? medium, low, 3-5. What are we thinking, chat? No, that's fair. That's fair. So let's actually, in Heroes, let's go check out Team 4 of Heroes. There we go. Team D, Team 4, same thing. Let's go check out chat. 97, Papin. It's always interesting seeing Papin as like a hero, right? When you look at his resume, it's actually really good for what he's accomplished. But as a CF here, actually, let's check out his secondary positions. You can also play him as striker. So I think that 102 shooting does look interesting. And then the physical is not bad at all at 79. Pace as well, 4-5. But yeah, it's the shooting. You see that 104 finishing. And then you can see high, medium here. He does have power header, which I wasn't expecting to see. So yeah, you can see some of the shooting stats look really good as the 97. And then let's check out Okocha here with 100 dribbling. The physical at 57 might put a few people off, but overall, yeah, you can play right mid, left mid as a 96. He's got pace, shooting, passing, all in the low 90s. And then actually long shot at 105. But you can see the dribbling here, 105 looks interesting. Ball control 102. And then he's at medium low. What do we think, chat? Papin, Okocha as the top two, 96, 97. Dub, L, in the middle. What do we think? Seeing some dubs, bit of L, bit of a mix. Let's check out Mascherano here. It's going to be fun seeing people actually rock Mascherano. He is at a 95, and you can see he plays center back and CM. So pretty versatile here. Decent pace, actually, 89, and then the physical, 95, 98. What do we think about Mascherano here? Usually, he's the universal rank player. He gets an actual 95. Some good defending stats on this one, right? He's actually pretty good. And then low high, which means that you know he's not going to get too far up the pitch, right? I'm seeing a few dubs for Mascherano. I think as a CDM, you could do a lot worse. So he's got 3-5 there. Let's check out Campos here. This is always kind of a fun goalie choice, just because you look at the height, right, chat? It's a 170 centimeters as a goalie. It kind of just, it's interesting. Wait, do we have any secondary positions now? We don't have anything else for Campos here. He is a goalie through and through. And you can see some of the stats here. No crazy traits. But he's a fun item to use, right? And then let's go check out Park Ji-sung. Overall, across the board, nothing that's like amazing. But you know, as like a left mid, right mid, he is going to be serviceable. Can also play center mid here. And let's check out some of the pace. Decent pace, decent defending. Really an all-around left mid here. What do we think, chat? Park Ji-sung. As I know a few people were excited to see him. 94, right? Height issue. Yeah, that's for Campos. A few people have mentioned that, right? And then we can see, hey, Park Ji-sung does have second wind. So if you guys didn't notice this from the Toddy event, some players, if it's at the end of a match and you're losing, you get stamina that gets replenished on players with the second wind trait. So this one might be fun. I think he's got good stamina to start with. Yeah, stamina's 5 stars, so I don't know if that's going to make a huge difference, but it's still cool, though, when you get those traits. The second wind as a physical trait there, which is very nice. And then we'll wrap up here with Freddie Ljungberg, the Arsenal hero. You can see here right wing as well as a secondary position. Some decent pace there on the right mid. Good dribbling, I'd say. Physical, though, might get pushed off a bit. Seeing a few dubs. Medium for this one. And then Sydney Guvu here as a CF and can also play striker. Actually decent pace and shooting for a 93. And then the dribbling. Some attributes here. Shot power 102. Not bad, chat. And then traits here. High, medium. So those are the heroes. Let's go check out some of the top players from the MLS event. So I've set up here just my club view with all the top MLS players from week 1. So we got Stoichkov there, Benteke, Insigne is out of position. He's normally left wing. And then Messi. So I'm going to go check out here my full lineup of players. We'll start here with Matthäus here. Matthäus. What are we seeing, chat? 97. Secondary position. CDM, CB, and Cam as the 97. Yeah, Suarez is coming in a future week. So don't have him right now, but he'll be in the game. Overall, yeah, all around good CM here. This Matthäus doesn't have second wind actually, right? So like the Totti version has it, this one doesn't. So still high, some good attributes all around CM. Very balanced, agreed. And let's check out Stoichkov here as the left wing. No stats over 100, but he does get up to 99 and 97 for pace and dribbling. And let's check out his secondary positions. You can also play him at CF and right wing. Let's check out some of the attributes here. 5'4" for weak foot. And then medium. Let's all check out Donovan here as a 96 striker. Actually, pace at 99, not bad for a striker. Physicality 79. I'm going to assume you could probably play him at CF. Yeah, you can play him at Cam, CF, and right wing. So pretty versatile in terms of secondary positions there, which looks nice. Let's check out some of the attributes. Some 100 finishing, and then 100 sprint speed as the two stats that go over. And then we see medium with 4.5. You could do a lot worse as a 96 striker if you do want to stick with that MLS theme. But let's check out Messi here from the MLS event. This is our first look at an MLS player from Team 1. You can see here he's got 100 dribbling, 98 passing, 92 pace and shooting. And let's check out his secondary positions. You can also play right wing and CF. His main position is Cam though. So you can see the new kit as well. Looks real solid. And then overall, dribbling at 104 stands out to me. It's got 5.5, and then work rate is low. I think we might look into this one, chat. This is still perhaps work in progress. We'll take a we'll take a look at that one. What do you think, chat? If you don't have the 97 Messi, does this 96 version at Cam look interesting? What do we think? While we see some answers in chat, what do you think in chat? L Dub, what are we feeling here? You have 95 Nessie, okay. So if you have 95, do you think you'll upgrade to 96? Likely not. But let's check out Benteke here. 94 physical, 95 shooting. Secondary positions does not. He is a striker through and through. Let's look at some of these attributes. The strength at 102. And then you can see jumping at 100 with shot power 104, and finishing 100. This is actually a very good looking item with some nice pace as well in the 87s. And he's got power heading as a trait. What do we think, chat? Benteke. I feel like he's a little bit forgotten in the whole MLS scene, but man was really good when he played in the Prem. I remember that. He's 3.5 for weak foot, and then medium low for work rate. What are we thinking here, chat? Yeah, it's a decent item. I agree. Let's check out Berkey, who's also in that preview. 187 centimeters tall here. The Swiss goalie who plays for St. Louis. And then we've got 103 reflexes, 102 diving. And you can see here the overall look. Right? Berkey's a decent item. I like it. As a 95 goalie. And let's check out the other 95 in the event. Hector Herrera, all around in the 80s with passing in the 90s. Let's see his secondary positions. You can also play him CDM and cam. So he can play most of the midfield. Short passing 100. Everything else, though, pretty much like 80s and 90s, which will be pretty decent. 4.5. 3-star skill move, medium. For the Mexican fans out there, Houston Dynamo fans, this will be an interesting one for you guys. And then we'll also check out Insigne and Alba. Like I mentioned, Insigne will be on the milestone path as the untradeable 94. 99 dribbling with 95 pace will be interesting. Let's check out secondary positions, CF and left mid. So his base is left wing. And you can see here, check out the dribbling. So he's going to feel pretty smooth on the ball, I'd say. Right? Decent for a 94 on the path. And then high medium. 4.5 as well for weak foot. And let's check out Nesta as well. So he's on the star pass here, guys. 95 Nesta. The 98 defending, 94 physical. 101 stand tackle, 100 marking, stands out. And then power header as well. What are we thinking, chat? I've seen a few people mention Insigne looks pretty good for a player on the milestone path. And then what are we thinking, chat, for Nesta here in the pass? Interesting. Power header looks pretty good, right? Yeah, I'd say it's a pretty good dub for a 95 center back. You get the medium high as well for work rates. And let's check out Jordi Alba here as the left back. 96 pace. 93 dribbling for a left back. And then obviously the defending. You can play left wide back, left wing back, left mid. Yeah, this is actually a very nice looking left back here. High medium. So it depends on your work rates, chat, for your left back. Are you okay with someone who goes a bit forward and might not track back as much? And then there's also the comp. Is Capdevila someone that you're going to be going for over Alba? Or are you going to go try to recreate kind of the old Barca lineups with Alba and all the other Barca guys? I'm sure a lot of you will be getting that Suarez when he comes out. Let's check out some more here. We have Miazga. 99 physical stands out here. 95 defending. Overall, very decent center back. And then we'll look at the last of the 94s here with Ricky Puig. Ricky Puig's always been a bit of a trickier one just because his physicals aren't there, but his pace here is decent at 85. He does have 3.5. We'll check out his player item here. You could probably play a cam. Yeah, you can play a cam for the most part. So if you're not looking for someone super physical, looking for some passing and dribbling, kind of works. But yeah, he's always been a tough item to work out there, especially when you've got the more physical CMs and cams that a lot of people go for. So let's take a look at that. And then actually, I'm just going to filter down now. I want to take a look at some of the Ramadan items that we had. Just want to take a look here. Koulibaly, 97-98. Power header. And then Çalhanoğlu as well was one of the new players as well. He plays as a CM, but he doesn't have a secondary position. Okay, so he's just CM here. Çalhanoğlu again is also kind of in that mold of like not the most physical player out there, but if you are looking for someone who can just ping passes and dribble in the midfield, he works. Not the most meta, but some good long passing there if you like to switch the play. And then just some of the traits here, high, medium. So he's a CM, but I don't know if he's really going to get in there defensively. And then the other one I wanted to check out from Ramadan here is Ibrahima Konate. Check out the defending, physical, and pace combo on Konate. I know a lot of people have been asking, where is our Liverpool center back outside of Van Dijk? Well, here you have it. He's going to be a very solid center back. 94, so I know some people might think, it's a little bit low on the OVR side. But if you're looking for pure performance, I've got a good feeling about this Konate item. Especially with the sprint speed at 91 here. That pace 83 maybe doesn't tell the whole story. Right? What do we think, chat? Konate? Are we thinking Konate dub here? Yeah, 2.5. I mean, it's a center back, right? Do you really need weak foot on a center back? Right? Dub, yeah. I think it's a nice item. The other one as well was Adingra here, which has the 101 pace and 94 dribbling. He's been playing really well for Brighton. Let's see if he's got a secondary position. Last I checked, he did. Yeah, he's got right wing, left mid, CF. Pretty versatile there. He's a 93, so it's one of those where like maybe you can slot him in because he does seem pretty agile. He's got the 102 agility and then 102 acceleration and sprint speed. But 3.5, he's got high medium. Yeah, Chad, I'm seeing a lot of people still ask about Suarez. He will be coming, so don't worry about Suarez there. Let's check out Edin Dzeko here. Not the paciest. He's got decent physicality. And then I don't think he's got... Yeah, he doesn't have a secondary position on Edin Dzeko here. Otherwise, I know for you Super League fans, this will be a nice one to add. For Fenerbahce. High medium on Dzeko here. And then the other one here was Altamari. He had a really good Asian Cup. If you guys remember, he had a previous item in National Heroes, and now he's got the 92. Does he have a secondary? Yeah, he's got right wing, right mid. So I know a few people have been asking for a better item for him, and here he gets it. 5'4", some good agility, high medium. Also, another one I just wanted to shout out here was for all you Indonesian fans. There is a new Indonesian player added into the event, Elkan Baggett in League One. So I know this is a bit of more of a niche one, but I know Indonesia has got a big community out there, and they've been asking for more Indonesian players. And this is a very solid center back at 89 with 92 physical and 89 defending. So just wanted to do a quick shout out to the Indonesian fans out there. I'm sure he will be slotting into your teams along with that Walsh item from National Heroes, or National Valor, sorry. And then another one as well, just wanted to highlight, is we did add a number of... Oh, actually, before I get into that, there's also Diallo here. Wanted to shout him out just because of what happened over the weekend. So it's just kind of a fun one here. The defending and physical leave a lot to be desired, but if you're looking for a fun United item to replicate what happened on the weekend, maybe he's there. But the other one I wanted to add in here is for all you ISL fans. There are a number of ISL players that are also coming into the into the game soon. I just want to highlight that. It's always fun when we get more items from other leagues. And here we go. We've got a number of there. We got Abdul Samad, Kariniani, Akhtar, Rafiq, Farouk, and Nasiri. So if you're an ISL fan, you've got some choices. They're all in the 80s, but it's still a fun one for the Indian folks out there that follow and want to maybe make it more of a theme squad. You've got that. And then we also had the Indonesian one before. So it's always fun trying to like add in some players from different regions and get that going. So I think for the most part, we filled in most of the players here. We have Emre Can. We also have Fakir. Some of these players. It's always tricky to tell like who's week 1, who's week 2 for Ramadan Fest. But seeing some people in chat, we need Bangladeshi players. We'll try our best here to try to get as many different countries. It's always tricky, but we try our best there. So yeah, we're kind of at that point where we've gone through everything, all the new content. I don't think there's anything in challenge mode actually. Last I checked. No, it's pretty simple. It's still heroes. So we're going to get going, chat, on some of these matches here. But while we do the matches with the MLS lineup, we're going to be kicking off the giveaways for your choice of any player that we showed off today. So your choice. It could be some of those heroes, or could be the 97 hero we saw. Could even be one of the new icons from the MLS event. Could be the 96 Messi. It's really your choice with the giveaway. But we are doing that on Twitch exclusively. So if you want to enter, make sure you head over to Twitch for the giveaway. If you're not bothered by it, just stick around. I'm going to be playing through some of these matches here as we run those, and I'll try to do some Q&A while we're at it. So make sure to drop some questions in chat as well, and I'll answer some while I try not to lose here in the PvE match. So I'm seeing some questions. When is the update released? So this is coming out Thursday UTC time, so regular reset. You'll have all these new players, the new event, etc. As for that update I mentioned, that's the April 2nd show is when we're going to showcase it. So it'll be a gameplay update. But as for like the confirmed update date, we'll reveal that when we're at that April show in 2 weeks' time. But I'm looking forward to it. I've been working with Timo and like the team, and some of the gameplay changes are looking quite promising. And it kind of feels different on the ball. So I'm hoping like the videos we show can like highlight that. Because it's been a lot of things the community been asking for, which is cool to see. Let's see some other questions here. Walkout. Don't have a walkout to show here. Let's see some other questions I can answer. I know a lot of people are asking about certain players from certain countries. We'll always try our best here, chat, to get as much diversity in the game. It's tricky, though, trying to stay on theme, trying to find players that are in the game. That's always a tricky one. So, like, I know was looking at one point for, I believe it was like a Pakistani player, and then, like, some players transfer, they change teams, so it makes it tricky. Oh, there you go. Hey, score with Messi. There you go. So we're going to get the giveaways going here. The hashtag is hashtag MLS. So make sure if you want to be in the giveaway, drop hashtag MLS. It is Twitch only. So head over to the Twitch channel if you want to enter. If not, stick around on YouTube. I'll be answering some questions and trying not to embarrass myself in this PvE match. And there you go, Stoichkov into the middle. There we go. Suarez, yeah, I feel like I've answered that like 5 times. Suarez is coming to the MLS event. He is added to it. So I know there's been some guesses around that. Yes, he will be there. He's just not in Team 1. So you'll have to see him in future teams. Let's see. Oh, that is a rough finesse. Okay, so we have our first winner up here. Let's bring it out. We have Eleg 191007. So Eleg 191007. You get to choose any player from the event that we showed off, and we'll be able to grant that when the event is live tomorrow. So exciting if you got that. I hope you guys ignored that really awful finish that I had. Let's see if I can make up for it. So yeah, these are pretty easy PvE matches. It's pretty simple. Yeah, I've got a little bit of a cough. I'm just kind of like lingering, right? You know, when you get that, it's kind of like scratchy throat. So try not to cough in the mic when I can. But yeah, I'm getting better though. Feeling pretty good for the most part. But let's get our second winner up here. It's gonna be Ahmedma222. So congrats. Let's see Insigne. Ooh, that's right into the goalie. Not great. Are we gonna fix Lolo? We'll check it out. We'll take a look. I remember like seeing that in like previous versions, and I think we'll see what we can do on that one. It's always tough to confirm like player changes. Vela, I don't know about Vela. I think like that's one that you'll have to wait and see on. Training transfer, yeah, we're hoping to have some more information to share with the community about like what the plans are for that. I just know that like it's being talked about. It's definitely something we've been working towards in some capacity. Like, don't have details exactly that I can share, but it is something we've been talking about. We've got our third winner here. That is VuMax_10. So congrats. Where's Salah in the Ramadan event? I think that just came down to he was in the Make Good. Like we gave out that Team of the Week version. But it's just like he's gotten so many items. That's what I always want to know from the community is like, after a while, you don't want to see the same player items, right? Like the same guys get the same ones, and it's just like 1 or 2 OVR difference. Like obviously some players are unavoidable. Like they're going to be in Toddy, and even if they got something earlier, it's going to be tricky. But like when you have the choice, right? You want some different players, some different faces. Like I think we can all agree on that one, chat. You don't want to see like duplicate items from just like a different player item art. Let's get our fourth winner up here, which is Soham Spidey. Congrats. So if you win on Twitch, look out for a whisper from someone on the team, probably Jason, and we'll make sure to grant that player over to you when we can. We also have the fifth winner here, which is Skies Are Purple. Congrats there, fifth and final winner. Let's see, any other questions here? Envelope animation, I assume you mean walkout. Don't have one to show here. What about unranking 90 plus untradeable that we have used Mascherano's on? And that's kind of a tricky one. I think that's like perhaps where like a future training transfer might fall into place. Like that's kind of the big thing is like a lot of people are scared to use their Mascherano's on untradables, right? Like it's kind of the thing where it feels like a sunk cost. And like untradables, unless you love the player and you're willing to commit to the player for months, it's always going to be like a bit of a scary proposition. So yeah, I think that one's always a tough one. And I think like we give out a lot of untradables, and it's kind of like you're ending up with all these untradables and you're asking yourself like, what do I do? Do I go to the market and spend 50, 100 million coins, or sorry, yeah, 100 million coins to like rank it up with the tradable version? But then you have to be sure that's someone you want to be using. So it's tricky. Oh, that is a nice finesse. Guys, Insigne's got a nice looking finesse there. And he's got that heart celebration too. Let's see, any other questions before we call it here? We'll have some more event info as well next week, so keep an eye out for some more events. We showed off a lot today. There's a lot of players we showed off. We'll check out in future weeks. Our next show is April 2nd, where we have all like that update info. But then as for like future events, we'll have one. There's some new stuff as well coming next week, so won't spoil it, but keep an eye out for that. So we wrapped up our giveaways. We went through MLS players and icons. We checked out new heroes, new Ramadan Festival players, went through the event. A lot of players here. It was, as always, a pleasure chatting with you guys. Try to answer as many of these questions as I can. But I know for sure I want you guys to be here. April 2nd, UTC will be a really fun show. Can't wait to show off the new gameplay changes, some new things coming out. So that's what I'm really looking forward to. But as always, it's been a pleasure. Have a great rest of your day, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. And we'll catch you later. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.